Ladies and gentlemen, there is no force on earth as profound, as transformative, as enduring as the love of a woman. When a woman loves you, she doesn't just touch your heart, she rebuilds your soul. Her love is not a fleeting emotion, it is a deep-rooted promise, a sanctuary of loyalty, care, and strength. But let us understand that such love is not given lightly. It is earned through trust, respect, and authenticity. Let us explore the depth of this love through these 10 truths. When a woman truly loves you, her love is selfless, yet it is grounded in an extraordinary depth of understanding. She gives of herself, not because she expects something in return, but because her heart moves her to do so. Her love flows freely, like a river carving its way through the landscape, relentless and unyielding. But do not mistake her giving for blindness. She sees you, truly sees you. She knows your flaws, the mistakes you've made, and the burdens you carry. She recognizes the parts of you that you wish to hide from the world. And yet she chooses to love you. She doesn't ignore the cracks in your armor or the shadows in your soul. Instead, she embraces them. She understands that those imperfections are part of your story, part of what makes you who you are. Her love is not a denial of your shortcomings, but an acceptance of your humanity. In her love, there is a wisdom that runs deep. She knows that love is not about perfection, it is about connection. It's not about ignoring faults, but about holding space for growth. She loves you not because she is blind to your faults, but because she believes in your capacity to rise above them. Her love is patient, enduring, and grounded in reality. She doesn't need you to be perfect, she only needs you to be honest, to be willing, to be present. And that kind of love is rare. It is not born of naivety or ignorance, it is born of strength and clarity. It is a love that holds you accountable while lifting you up. It sees you, all of you, and still chooses to stand by your side. To be loved in this way is a privilege, a reminder that, despite your imperfections, you are worthy of something extraordinary. When a woman loves you, her love becomes a sanctuary, a protective force unlike anything else. It is not loud or boastful, but it is steadfast, always present when you need it most. In her love, there is a quiet strength that shields your spirit from the chaos of the world. Life can be relentless, full of battles that leave you weary and bruised, but her love wraps around you like a fortress, offering solace and safety. She has a way of seeing the storms you face, even when you try to hide them. She senses the weight you carry, the struggles that keep you awake at night. Without needing to ask, she steps in not to fight your battles for you, but to remind you that you are not alone. Her words, her touch, even her silence can calm the tempest within you. She doesn't just protect your heart, she protects the essence of who you are, your dreams, your hopes, and even the fragile pieces of yourself you've almost forgotten. Her love is unyielding, but it's not controlling. She doesn't shelter you out of pity or out of a desire to keep you from the world. No, her protection is rooted in care and the belief that you deserve to thrive, to stand tall, even when life tries to bring you to your knees. She stands beside you, not in front of you, offering her strength as a foundation, not a replacement for your own. There's a grace in how she carries this responsibility, a quiet dignity that doesn't seek recognition or applause. Her love is not a shield you asked for, but one you find yourself leaning on, especially in the darkest hours. She becomes a reminder that no matter how harsh the world may be, there is one place, one heart, that holds you sacred. And in that knowledge you find the courage to keep going, to face the battles anew, because you know you are not standing alone. When a woman loves you, her support becomes a constant presence, steady and unwavering, even when the world grows quiet around you. She doesn't seek to broadcast her care or demand recognition for the way she stands by you. Instead, she moves with a quiet purpose, offering a kind of strength that doesn't need words to be felt. Her love is not about grand gestures or public declarations, it is about the steady, enduring acts that show she's there, no matter what. She watches when you stumble, not to judge but to steady you. Her support is not a loud proclamation but a soft assurance that whispers, "You can do this, and I believe in you." It's in the way she notices the little things, your fatigue after a long day, your silence when something weighs heavy on your heart. Without asking, she finds ways to lighten your load, often without you even realizing it. Her strength is in her consistency. She's there in the moments of triumph, celebrating your victories as if they were her own. But more importantly, she's there in the moments of failure, when the crowd has dispersed, and you're left to face the silence of disappointment. It's in those moments that her love truly shines, not through pity, but through a quiet resolve that reminds you of your worth, even when you've forgotten it yourself. She doesn't need to be the center of attention or demand credit for the way she holds you up. Her love is humble, rooted in a deep desire to see you become the best version of yourself. She knows that true support isn't about being seen, it's about being felt. It's about showing up again and again, even when no one else does. Her actions speak volumes even when her words are few. In her steadfastness, she becomes the foundation upon which you can rebuild, the steady hand that lifts you when you falter. And in her quiet presence, you find a reminder of what it means to be truly cared for, not in grand, fleeting moments, but in the everyday acts that prove she's always in your corner. When a woman loves you, her love doesn't leave you stagnant. It pushes you, challenges you, inspires you to grow in ways you never thought possible. Her love is not just about comfort, it is about transformation. She sees the potential within you, often before you see it in yourself. She believes in the greatness you're capable of, even when you doubt it. Her love becomes a catalyst, awakening a desire in you to rise above complacency and reach for something higher. She doesn't settle for watching you remain the same, and it's not because she's dissatisfied with who you are. It's because she knows you were meant for more. She gently nudges you out of your comfort zone, not through force, but through faith in your ability to become something greater. Her love doesn't just hold a mirror to who you are, it reflects the man you could be. Her encouragement is not superficial, it's deeply rooted in an understanding of your potential. She sees the talents you've buried, the dreams you've shelved, and the fears that hold you back. And with her love, she begins to dismantle those barriers. She doesn't just cheer you on from the sidelines, she walks with you, helping you navigate the challenges of growth. But her love is not always easy. It doesn't always come in the form of soft words or gentle reassurances. Sometimes it's in the honest conversations, the moments where she calls you out, not to belittle you, but to awaken you. She holds you accountable, because she knows that growth requires honesty, and she loves you enough to tell you the truth. Her belief in you is unshakable, and that belief becomes a mirror of hope. You start to see yourself through her eyes, not as someone limited by past mistakes or current struggles, but as someone capable of incredible things. Her love doesn't let you settle, it urges you to reach higher, to dream bigger, to become the man you were always meant to be. And in that process, you discover something profound. Her love isn't just about her belief in you, it's about teaching you to believe in yourself. Through her, you learn that growth is not just a possibility, it's a necessity. And with her by your side, you find the strength to embrace the journey, knowing that no matter how far you go, her love will be there, steady and true, every step of the way. When a woman loves you, her patience becomes a testament to the depth of her commitment. She understands that love isn't always smooth or easy, it's a journey that requires time, effort, and understanding. Her patience is not born out of weakness, but out of strength, a quiet resilience that allows her to stand firm even when things get tough. She doesn't expect perfection, nor does she demand instant change. Instead, she gives you the space to grow, to learn, and to become the person you are meant to be. She knows that life is messy, that people are complicated, and that growth doesn't happen overnight. Her patience is a reflection of her wisdom, and acknowledgement that true love isn't about rushing or forcing, it's about waiting, nurturing, and believing in the process. She stays when others might walk away, not because she's blind to the difficulties, but because she sees something worth waiting for. Her patience isn't passive. It's not about tolerating bad behavior or ignoring issues. No, her patience is active, purposeful, and rooted in a deep sense of care. She gives you the grace to stumble and the room to find your footing, but she also challenges you to rise. Her patience is the balance between acceptance and accountability. Even when you falter, she doesn't let frustration take over. She understands that love is about weathering the storms, not just basking in the sunshine. She sees your efforts, no matter how small, and encourages you to keep going. Her patience becomes a source of strength, a reminder that you don't have to face the pressures of life alone. But her patience is not infinite, and that is where her strength truly lies. She knows her worth and will not allow it to be diminished. Her patience is a gift, not an obligation, and she expects it to be met with effort and respect. She stands by you because she believes in you, but she also knows when it's time to step away if her patience is taken for granted. In her patience, you find a rare kind of love, one that holds space for growth while honoring the boundaries of self-respect. Her ability to endure with grace teaches you not only about love, but about the value of time, effort, and mutual respect. It's a love that challenges you to grow, not out of guilt, but out of gratitude for the patience she so freely offers. And in that gratitude, you find yourself striving to be the person she already sees in you. When a woman loves you, her love teaches you a profound truth. Love is never a one-sided endeavor. While her giving nature might seem boundless, she is not here to carry the weight of a relationship alone. Her love demands reciprocity, not as an ultimatum, but as a quiet expectation born out of respect for herself and for you. She knows that real love flourishes only when it flows both ways, when it's nurtured by mutual effort, understanding, and care. Her love is not transactional, it's transformational. She doesn't give to get something in return, she gives because her heart compels her to. But she also knows that giving without receiving creates imbalance, and imbalance breeds resentment. She understands the delicate dance of love, where both partners move together, each contributing to the rhythm, ensuring that neither feels left behind. She doesn't need grand displays of affection or constant reassurances. What she seeks is much simpler effort. She wants to see that you value her, that you recognize the love she pours into you, and that you're willing to meet her halfway. To her, effort is love made visible, a sign that you are just as invested as she is. When she feels that reciprocity, her love deepens. It's as if you've unlocked a wellspring of devotion that grows stronger with every act of mutual care. But when that balance is missing, she notices. She may not say it outright, but the absence of effort doesn't escape her. Her silence in those moments speaks volumes, a quiet plea for you to recognize the imbalance and restore the harmony. Her love is not selfish, but it is self-respecting. She will not allow herself to be taken for granted. She knows her worth and understands that love should empower, not deplete. If she gives you her heart, it's because she believes you are capable of cherishing it. And if you prove otherwise, she will not hesitate to protect herself, no matter how deeply she cares for you. Her love teaches you to rise above complacency, to show up not just in words but in actions. It calls you to reflect on your own capacity to give, to support, and to love. And when you meet her where she stands, when you match her effort with your own, you'll discover a love that is enduring, uplifting, and undeniably real. It's a love that thrives not because one person carries it, but because both choose to nurture it together. When a woman loves you, she becomes a mirror, not just reflecting who you are today, but revealing the man you could become. Her love has a way of showing you both your light and your shadows, the strengths you carry and the weaknesses you try to hide. It's not a love that flatters or shields you from the truth, it's a love that calls you to confront it. She holds up that mirror, not to judge or criticize, but to help you see yourself more clearly, to understand yourself more deeply. She reflects your potential, showing you the greatness she sees in you, even when you can't see it yourself. Her belief in you becomes a source of strength, urging you to rise above your doubts and insecurities. But she doesn't stop at showing you your potential. She gently reveals the areas where you've fallen short, where you've let fear or pride hold you back. This isn't to tear you down, but to call you forward, to help you grow into the man she knows you can be. Her love doesn't sugarcoat the truth, and that is its greatest gift. She'll celebrate your victories, yes, but she'll also point out where you've strayed from your own values, where you've settled for less than your best. She does this because she knows that love isn't just about comfort, it's about growth. And growth often requires facing the parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. But she doesn't leave you to face those truths alone. Her love is a partnership, a shared journey of becoming. When she shows you the areas you need to work on, she also stands beside you, encouraging you, supporting you, reminding you that change is possible. Her honesty is never cruel, it is always rooted in care, in the desire to see you flourish. Through her love, you begin to see yourself in a new light. You recognize not only your shortcomings, but also your capacity for transformation. Her belief in you becomes a reminder that you are capable of more, that you can rise above your mistakes and build a life that reflects the best of who you are. And as you grow, you realize that the mirror she holds isn't just a reflection of you, it's a reflection of her love. A love that doesn't shy away from the truth. A love that challenges and uplifts. A love that helps you become the person you were always meant to be. In her, you find not only a partner but a guide. Someone who helps you navigate the path to your highest self. When a woman loves you, her love becomes a source of forgiveness and grace. A place where mistakes are not the end but a chance to begin again. She knows that imperfection is part of being human, that we all stumble and fall short at times. Her love doesn't hold grudges or keep score. Instead, it offers the kind of understanding that can only come from a heart rooted in compassion. She forgives not out of weakness, but because she values the connection you share and believes in the possibility of growth and redemption. Her forgiveness isn't cheap. It's not something she gives lightly or without thought. It comes from a place of deep consideration, a choice she makes because she sees your effort, your remorse, and your willingness to do better. She doesn't condone the hurt you may have caused, nor does she ignore the lessons that must be learned. But she chooses to let go of resentment, because she knows that holding on to pain only deepens the divide. Her love teaches you the power of grace, not as an excuse to make the same mistakes, but as an opportunity to rise above them. She forgives because she sees the bigger picture, the person you are striving to become, and the bond that is worth fighting for. Her forgiveness is a reminder that love is not about perfection, but about persistence, about choosing each other, even when it's hard. But her forgiveness has boundaries. She is not someone who will allow herself to be hurt repeatedly without change. She knows the difference between forgiveness and enabling, between grace and self-sacrifice. She will forgive, but she will also expect accountability. Her love is not a license for you to take her kindness for granted. It is a call to respect her, to value her, and to honor the trust she places in you. When she forgives, it's not just for your sake, it's for hers as well. She understands that carrying bitterness only poisons the soul. Her ability to forgive is a reflection of her strength, a refusal to let anger define her. She chooses love over resentment, healing over division. In her forgiveness, you find not only a second chance, but a lesson in what it means to truly love. You see the courage it takes to let go of hurt, the wisdom it takes to balance grace with boundaries, and the strength it takes to choose love in the face of pain. Her forgiveness becomes a guide, showing you the path to becoming not just a better partner, but a better person. And in that lesson, you realize just how extraordinary her love truly is. When a woman loves you, her loyalty becomes a cornerstone of her love, a steadfastness that anchors you even in the most turbulent times. It is not a loyalty born of obligation or blind faith. It is a deliberate choice, a commitment to stand by you, not only when the skies are clear, but when the storms rage and the path ahead is uncertain. Her loyalty is quiet yet powerful, a silent promise that says, "I see you, I believe in you, and I will not abandon you." Her loyalty doesn't waver with the winds of circumstance. It remains strong even when the world feels unsteady. She is the one who stays when others might leave, not because she's unaware of the challenges, but because she sees something in you that is worth fighting for. Her loyalty is a reflection of her strength and her belief in the bond you share. She is not afraid to weather the storms because she knows that love is not just about the good times, it's about standing firm when life tests the foundation of your connection. Her loyalty is not blind. She is not someone who will remain by your side at the cost of her own dignity or well-being. Her loyalty is wisdom, rooted in mutual respect and shared purpose. She will support you through your struggles, but she also expects you to meet her halfway. Her loyalty is a partnership, a mutual commitment to weather the highs and lows together. It is not one-sided, and it cannot be taken for granted. When life becomes difficult, her loyalty doesn't falter. She doesn't back away from the hard conversations, the tough decisions, or the moments when love feels more like work than a fairy tale. She stands firm, not because it's easy, but because she values what you share. Her loyalty becomes a testament to her resilience and her ability to see the bigger picture, a vision of the life you're building together, even if the present moment feels uncertain. Her loyalty also challenges you. It calls you to be deserving of her steadfastness, to rise to the level of the commitment she offers so freely. Her loyalty is a gift, and with it comes a responsibility to honor it, to protect it, and to never take it for granted. She teaches you that loyalty is not just about being present, it's about being reliable, consistent, and true. In her loyalty, you find a love that is unshakable, a force that gives you the strength to face whatever comes your way. It reminds you that you are not alone, that someone believes in you so deeply, they are willing to stand beside you through it all. And as you experience her unwavering loyalty, you begin to understand the profound beauty of a love that is as enduring as it is rare. When a woman loves you, her love is a quiet strength that nurtures not only the bond you share, but also your sense of self. It doesn't demand validation or constant affirmation, it simply exists, steady and unwavering. She loves you in a way that makes you feel seen and understood, not for who you pretend to be, but for who you truly are. Her love doesn't seek to change you, but to encourage you to embrace your authentic self. She believes in your potential, and her belief becomes a mirror that reflects back to you a version of yourself you may not have fully seen before. Her love doesn't just exist in grand gestures or dramatic moments, it thrives in the small, everyday acts of care. It's in the quiet ways she checks in on you, the way she listens when you need to be heard, and the way she respects your need for space. She understands that love isn't always about doing, it's often about being. And in her being, you find peace. You find the freedom to be vulnerable, to be yourself, knowing that you are loved not for your perfection, but for your humanity. Her love also serves as a foundation that allows you to grow. It gives you the confidence to take risks, to step into the unknown, because you know she will be there, not as a safety net, but as a steady presence. She offers you the security to explore who you are, what you want, and what you can achieve. In her love, you find courage, not the kind that comes from external validation, but the kind that comes from knowing that someone believes in you even when you can't fully believe in yourself. And it is in her love that you learn the true meaning of acceptance. She accepts you at your worst and loves you all the same. Her love does not come with conditions or expectations, but rather with a deep understanding that people are a mixture of strengths and flaws, triumphs and failures. She doesn't hold your mistakes against you, she sees them as part of the journey, as moments of learning that don't diminish your worth. Her love teaches you to extend that same compassion to yourself, to see your imperfections not as barriers to love but as stepping stones to growth. Her love is also a love of wisdom, grounded in experience and understanding. She doesn't try to control or manipulate, but gently guides you, offering insight when you're lost and encouragement when you doubt yourself. Her love is patient and nurturing, knowing that growth takes time, and the most meaningful changes happen slowly, quietly, and often without notice. But above all, her love teaches you the value of love itself. It shows you that love isn't something to be earned, nor is it something that can be taken for granted. It is a choice, a decision to see the best in someone, even when they don't see it in themselves. Her love is a reflection of the person she is, and in it, you find a mirror of the love you are capable of giving in return. Through her, you learn that love is not just an emotion, it is an action, a practice, a way of being that transforms not just the person loved, but the one doing the loving as well. So cherish her love. Don't just be a recipient, be a giver. Nurture it, respect it, and let it inspire you to be the best version of yourself. For when a woman truly loves you, she changes not just your life, but your very essence.